eBay is currently fighting a new rule that the government is trying to implement as a 3-strike rule, and your account is suspended forever. Like I said, eBay is trying to fight this on our behalf. Yeah, welcome into the channel, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is a pretty big story that was reported on my channel not that long ago. It's been in the news for a little bit in 2023. And essentially, the US government and a lot of lawmakers and Congress people at our higher levels of government are trying to implement a rule that the big companies are trying to push them for. And I'll link my former video down below if you want to read more about it. And I'll link a news story down in the description box. You can read more about it as well after this video. Where if you are a seller on platforms like eBay and Poshmark and Amazon, and you receive 3 Vero strikes, trademarks, or otherwise takedowns, 3rd strike, you're out and you are suspended forever and you cannot have an account on the platform again. In fact, they're trying to go one step more where if it happens to you on any platform and you're suspended, you could be on a blacklist to be suspended across all the other platforms. Now, this is being talked about in Congress and they're floating these bills. We've talked about it before. Like I said, I'll link them below. And eBay and a lot of platforms are actually fighting on our behalf to stop that. And thank God for that. They're trying, and I don't think it's going to happen. However, this is the epitome of the lawsuit videos that I have made for you guys talking about these companies, you know, basically taking down listings and claiming Vero for trademark and counterfeit, or saying that your items are completely fake and they can't verify it, just to get rid of competition or to bully small sellers. And I make these videos because it's not just people getting involved in wrong lawsuits or wrong takedowns or cease and desist. If something like this law came out in Congress and it became law, these false takedowns would not only be bad because it could cost you to get a 3rd strike, you're out suspension, it could also be a way that these big companies take bullying to a whole nother level. Because imagine if they knew now that there was a law where they could just go around and start reporting every single person that sells their item. Casey's Candles, I could go report every person with Casey's Candles and just remove all my competition, because I know when they get a 3rd strike, bang, 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 they're going to be suspended forever. That is absolutely terrifying to think about. So this law is called the Shop Safe Act of 2021. It was introduced because of the COVID pandemic and that we hit $1 trillion in online sales for the first time ever. And the government and Congress stepping into this is really bad because they don't understand e-commerce and online selling like we do. All the experts in the world aren't in the trenches doing what we're doing. I'm all about stopping the Chinese and stopping these overseas sellers from selling fake goods. I rally against that and I'm all for that. But you can't punish the everyday sellers like us because you're trying to stop the bad ones, right? You're going to end up causing us a lot more trouble than you are good. So 2 of the things that they kind of tout as part of this law being positive is that, 1, brands are supposed to, under this law, if it was to pass, are supposed to let platforms know about their trademarks, know about their rules, what you can and can't do, and basically give us a heads up. I know a lot of you guys and girls have asked, like, why doesn't eBay tell us that we can't sell Rosetta Stone or Pop Socket or Poop Emoji or whatever it is? Why don't they just give us a warning when we try to list that item that this could be a Vero? Well, under the new law, they would have to make changes where that would happen a lot of the time, or at least some of the time. So that's a good thing. Like if there could be a warning, like Rosetta Stone markets to eBay and goes, hey, nobody's allowed to sell our stuff without permission. If somebody tries to list a Rosetta Stone, there should be a warning message that pops up and says, hey, you can't sell this without permission. If you don't have permission, please don't proceed, or you could be in trouble. And if you'd like permission, contact us here. So that's number 1. Remember, they're requiring all of us sellers to give them all of our information. Remember, we had to fill out that form and either opt out or give them our real information. They should have to have the real information and contact to the person at the company that we can talk to. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that all of these overseas and fake sellers and these Chinese people that can't register, they're going to be basically having to provide registered agents, points of contact, all this stuff to weed them out, to get rid of a ton of them, which would get rid of a ton of our competition. So that's the second thing that's super positive to me, and I hope that that happens. But again, we can't allow these laws to pass and the government to step in and put their hand in our pockets and our hand in our rules and procedures at, hoping to get rid of the fake and bad people and the bad apples, when in fact it's going to actually get rid of some of us as well. It's not going to do us any bit of good if we have 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. So that's kind of my opinion on that. This law is terrible. It needs somebody in the e-commerce world. It needs these platforms to get together and come up with rules and come up procedures that can help us, so we know what we can sell, know what we can't sell, know what companies are going to come after us, know what their rules are and what to avoid, and at the same time find a way to get rid of these third-party Chinese sellers and these third-party overseas sellers and these people taking advantage of everything that they're given by eBay that we don't get, like this 50-cent shipping for remotes or video games that we have to pay $4 for in our own country. There's so many things they need to work on that are hurting us, not trying to get small sellers third striking your ban because of the Shop Safe Act. So all in all, I mean, you can look this act up. Again, I'll link it below to the actual government story so you can see what it's about. And I'll link my original video. I did a video about it like 1.5 years or 2 years ago when it came out. It's crazy that these lawmakers and these people in power, they're clueless. They don't have any idea about how our business is really run and how we really do things. And if they did, then they could actually make rules and laws and policies that would help us and not hurt us, and stop, putting everybody first before America. Like, we should be first. We should have 50-cent shipping. We should have policies that protect us and our competition and our viewers. They should be suing all of them, finding ways to go overseas and sue them, not come for us. It just doesn't make sense to me, like how we always end up at the back of the pack and the back of the line. But hopefully things will change in the coming years. I see that they're going to have no choice but to make positive changes. This law is not going to come into play. I can't imagine this would pass. Poshmark, Etsy, Mercari, eBay, Shopify, Craigslist, and several other platforms are actually fighting back against this and spending their own legal money and their own representatives going to government to help us as sellers to fight this. So there's links down there where you can petition your congressmen and senators and some of those stories. Again, I'll link it all down below. E-commerce Bites and Ina Steiner just covered this. Lots of great information there about it. It's called the Shop Safe Act of the U.S. government. You can look that up anytime, but you just use the links down below. So that's the story from today. Hopefully this doesn't come to fruition. They iron this out. They make it better. As always, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I want to hear your opinions, what you think about it, and your comments down below really help, because eBay watches my videos. They really watch these videos, especially mine, because I've been, so connected with them for so many years, and they read the comments and they know what's going on. They actually come back to me and tell me they saw comments and videos and all sorts of things. That's a story for another day. But yeah, if you could, that would mean a lot to me. Down below, leave those comments, hit that like button, make sure more people see this video. Share this video out across all your social media so everyone else knows what things are going on in the reselling world that they can help with. This is long-term, could be a year, could be 2 years, but hopefully we see a lot of changes that will be good for us and not bad. 3 strikes and you're out. It's no good, Congress. Don't do it. Stay out of our reselling. As always, have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Don't miss future videos, and I'll see you next time.